All right, it's been a crazy little bit of time we've had since the last video, but a lot has happened as far as tariffs go and the market itself. But just a specific look at what's been happening with the Trump administration. They have been fighting the elite colleges, the top level universities, really, on the Northeast, such as Harvard, Cornell, Columbia, Brown. I wouldn't be surprised if Northwestern and Northeastern College was even in this list, but as you can see here, the New York Times is a great source to go for these instances. Yeah, so right here we have that Trump is trying to reclaim elite universities, and the administration has cast its campaign as fighting anti-Semitism. Whether you think it's anti-Semitism or not, what it's trying to do, the Trump administration, is put a tight grip on what these colleges are allowed to talk about and profess, as that's what many kids go there for, is to receive the foundation for a thought process that might actually lead to them not agreeing with what the Trump administration wants, which is to him problematic because you don't get funding from people who don't make a lot of money. All these kids are going to go on to make a lot of money, and they got to get a hold on it, or else, just like what they say here, his consequences are going to be severe and long lasting, which is totally true. A lot of what Trump wants is just control over a private institution that is not even regulated by the state. Massachusetts does not, if I'm not mistaken, play a role in anything that university does. Harvard is its own institution. It's private. It's a nonprofit, and their endowment is so large they can withstand everything they're throwing at them and then come back with even more. Let's see here. So this is great actually. Harvard is what a lot of people are describing as the hero we don't want, because they themselves do some things that a lot of people wouldn't quite agree with. The people at Harvard already are filthy rich, and they're just making more money taxing some of these areas in the United States that do not deserve to be taxed. Whether or not they do get taxed, that money should not really be going to Harvard. That's just not what should happen. Harvard fails to meet the basic conditions required to access that privilege, and this goes back to Trump's demands from Harvard. He wants to, basically, I won't say it, it's just all of that right there. And, you would think that's pretty spot on. Why not have that go to the president? If you want more money flowing into your institution, why not comply with some of the rules he's putting in? As he does control the House, really, despite the speaker being Nancy Pelosi. I think most of the House and Congress is Republican. They side with Trump. At the end of the day, it's a split, because a lot of these Republicans don't agree with Trump, with what Trump is doing in the first place, and that's going to cause a stir. As he's cut down on the tariffs, this is kind of taking the spotlight, I think, in the Trump administration, and it's just what's happening right now with it's what's getting all the attention. What will happen next is unknown, but it's definitely something to follow. And whether or not it's going to affect the economy really shouldn't. I think that this is a matter that just stays between the university and the administration. I don't think it escalates into a national ordeal that needs to affect anything, really, other than making the United States look a little silly for fighting with their own colleges. They're the oldest college ever on the United States campus, or United States nation. Anyways, because of the cut on tariffs, we are doing good for the most part. I myself bought a share of Nvidia last week on Tuesday for $98. In a nice return. I have 2 shares. My buddy sold Palantir, which is somewhere around here. It should be in the Defense Department. Maybe somewhere in here. Really, Palantir is an out right here. Yeah, he sold at 92, and it's increased exponentially, which is why you shouldn't have sold in that time. If anything, you should have bought, because look at where we're at now. Not everything is going to be up. That's okay. I'm surprised these railroads aren't up. That's surprising considering all the imports we should be establishing. I'm surprised the railroads aren't up. Maybe there is something there to investigate or look into, really. United's going up. Let's check here. Oil and gas, ConocoPhillips. All this is going up, but this is all going up because of the cut in tariffs. It's really helped out the economy. Investor speculation is low. And if we look at it from a month, it's still all red. But it's not as red as it used to be. If you look down here at the legend, you'll know that, or you'll see that it's changed quite a bit. Yeah, it'll be alright. This is one day. It's market's closed, but it's looking good. Let's see here. What else was I gonna say? Okay. For the most part, that's it about the market and Trump. This is something you should totally look into. Just to top off what Trump is saying. This is a quote from Wall Street, I want to say. I'm not quite sure when I wrote this down. Looking at my notes over here. Trump has been very local about saying colleges are too woke, meaning he thinks they're too focused on race, gender, and progressive politics instead of merit or traditional academics. And he's promising that if he's reelected, he'll ban federal funding to any college that practices affirmative action DEI programs, or what he calls left-wing indoctrination. Elite schools are mad because they feel like he's attacking their whole philosophy of trying to create diverse student bodies. Yeah, go to Trump's Twitter. It's the great way. It's the best way to stay updated with all of it. He's always posting. But anyways, that's it. Stay updated.